यथा यथा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानमधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम् परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृताम् धर्मसंस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि युगे युगे।
Srimati Jyoti Amma and Sri Nandagopal were a devout couple from a humble background living in the district of Vellore, South India. When Srimati Jyoti Amma was pregnant with her second child, she had visions that she was going to give birth to a very special child. On January 3rd, 1976, a baby boy was born with 3 sacred symbols: a white vertical line down the forehead and 2 birthmarks on each shoulder, one in the shape of a chakra and the other in the shape of a conch. As a child, Amma displayed an intense interest in spiritual practices and had a strong inclination to healing people, helping those in need and guiding people with their spiritual lives. Amma preferred to spend time in temples rather than going to school. At the age of 16, while gazing out the window of a bus, a beam of energy emanated directly from Amma's own chest and projected into the sky. The goddess Narayani revealed her form and returned back to her source within the youth's physical body. This profound spiritual experience was understood to be the proclamation of the avatar of goddess Sri Narayani. From that moment forward, the youth became known as Sri Shakti Amma, Narayani Amma, or now fondly referred to as Amma. In Hinduism, there is the belief that divinity can appear in a human form. These forms are known as avatars. An avatar descends on earth when a dharma or imbalance is at its height, to bring peace, harmony, and alleviate suffering, and guide mankind to ascend on the spiritual path. Amma is the first incarnation as an avatar of the goddess Narayani. Narayani embodies 3 aspects of the Divine Mother: Lakshmi, the goddess of prosperity and well-being; Durga, the goddess of inner strength and courage; and Saraswati, the goddess of wisdom. Amma took this form as it is these 3 attributes that are needed currently to restore balance on earth. In 1992, Amma, now 16 years old and revealed as the avatar of Narayani, left the family and settled in the small rural village called Tirumalaikodi at the foot of the sacred Kailashagiri hills to establish Sri Narayani Peedam. When Amma established Sri Narayani Peedam, Amma lived very simply in a small blue house with a sacred anthill or puttu. This is where Amma performed puja or sacred rituals every day. This was to be the headquarters for Amma's vision to materialize, to lead humanity on the spiritual path and to help the poor. Within a short period of time, Amma created temples, schools, hospitals, and a complete cultural and environmental transformation swept the area. Amma's holistic vision was designed to benefit every aspect of daily life for the people who lived there. Sri Narayani Peedam has flourished as the centre for Amma's vision and divine energy. Now people from all over the world come to experience and connect with the divine. Along with the Puttu, Sri Narayani Peedam now includes Sri Narayani Temple, the Swayambhu Temple, and Shanti Mandapam. Amma performs puja at each of these sacred places daily. The Puttu, or the anthill, are considered sacred and are found throughout temples in India where the goddess is worshipped. Through Amma's pujas and blessings, the mud of the Puttu has been charged with healing powers. Amma declared that a Swayambhu would manifest on the 11th of September 1993 at 6 p.m. Many people gathered on the day and witnessed the manifestation. Several weeks later, a Puttu, or sacred anthill, began to emerge behind the Swayambhu. These are considered nature's way of conferring approval upon the surroundings and confirmation of the presence of a divine force. On the 9th of January 2000, a temple was consecrated on this very location, with the Swayambhu situated in the sanctum. The Shanti Mandapam means Hall of Peace and is the centre of Sri Narayani Peedam. Every day, devotees witness pujas performed to Goddess Sri Narayani. And receive holy water from Sri Shakti Amma after puja. This temple was built for Goddess Narayani. The embodiment of Durga, Lakshmi, and Saraswati. A temple is a place where people can focus on the divine, observe rituals, and make offerings. A temple is considered to be the home of the divine. It is also a place which absorbs and stores energy from nature. Temples are a place for social unity and have long been a centre for cultural expression and the arts. Centuries ago, artists were often found performing in temples, as the arts were considered another way of worshipping the divine. Musicians and dancers from all over the country come to perform every weekend and on special occasions. In Hinduism, nature is considered to be the divine, and the divine is nature. Thousands of years ago, sages sat in a profound state of meditation where they could hear the sounds of nature. They collected these sounds and combined them together to create Vedic chants. Vedic chanting praises the divine and describes the qualities of its many forms. Pujas are ceremonies of worship where offerings of love are made and are accompanied by Vedic chanting. Om is the primordial sound of the Vedas. It has a profound effect on the body and mind of those who sit and chant it continuously. As nature is considered the divine, there is a reverence towards trees, plants, and animals which are included in these ceremonies of worship. The ultimate goal of pujas and the Vedas is to lead humans on a path of peace and joy through spiritual life. In Hinduism, the fire is sacred and the center of very important rituals. Offerings are made into the fire, and Agni, the fire god, is the medium to whatever you offer to the devas, or celestial beings. Abishekam is an ancient purification ritual practiced in all temples throughout India. The ritual is an offering of love and symbolic of cleansing one's inner self. Alangaram is the beautifying and decorating of the deity, symbolic of beautifying one's inner self with positive thoughts. Arti is the offering of lamps, and symbolic of dispelling the darkness of ignorance and bringing wisdom in the form of hope or light in a person's life. The cow, Go, is also known as Go Mata, Universal Mother. Go Mata is symbolic of the mother who gives unconditionally, not only to her own young, but to anyone in need. Dairy products are essential to homes in India. Because of her unconditional giving and the belief that she is an embodiment of all gods and goddesses, Shakti Amma performs Go or cow puja on a daily basis. Amma has established a magnificent Goshala. This houses about 450 cows of various breeds. Many of the Got Mata have been donated to families living under the poverty line to create self-employment and a livelihood, as they can sell milk on a daily basis for income. Another example of Godanam is where 54 cows were donated to 54 Brahmin families living under the poverty line.
உண்மையாகவே வந்து ஒரு 54 பசு வந்து கொடுக்குறாங்கனாக்கா அது வந்து மிகப்பெரிய விஷயம். யாராலையும் கொடுக்க முடியாதது, யாரும் செய்ய முடியாத, மனசு வந்து செய்ய முடியாத விஷயத்தை அம்மா அவங்க செஞ்சுருக்காங்க. ரொம்ப பெரிய விஷயம் இது உண்மையாகவே. கண்டிப்பாக அப்பா இறந்த அப்புறம் நாங்கள் 2 பேருமே கோயிலுடைய வேலையில் தான் போயிட்டோம். இப்போ இந்த பசுவை வச்சு நாங்கள் மெயின்டெனன்ஸ் பண்ணி எங்களால் முடிஞ்ச அளவுக்கு அதையும் நல்லா கவனிச்சுட்டு மேலும் மேலும் வளருவோம்னு எங்களுக்கு நம்பிக்கை இருக்குது. அம்மாவோட ஆசீர்வாதம் என்றைக்குமே உண்டு. அந்த தைரியத்தில் நாங்கள் நாளையிலேருந்து ஆரம்பிக்க போகிறோம் கண்டிப்பாக.
Before the cows were donated, 108 women performed Got Puja at Sri Narayani Peedam. When a cow has aged and stopped giving milk, often they become considered a financial burden to the owner and are sometimes sold to slaughterhouses. Amma has often said that no man has the right to end the life of a cow or any other living being. Therefore, Amma has initiated the Go Samrakshana project, which rescues the cows from slaughterhouses and provides a sanctuary where they can live until the end of their natural life. The ultimate purpose of puja is to connect with the soul through offerings of love, which brings peace and well-being. Amma often gives discourses or teachings. One of Amma's messages is to look around and see what others don't have and make a difference in their lives. Amma puts this message into practice through the wide variety of Seva Projects, also known as selfless service. These projects have made a far-reaching impact on individuals and the area. The first education project commenced at the Peedam in 1998, a free daycare school to help low-income local workers have a safe place to leave their children while they worked. This school led to the development of Sri Narayani Vidyalaya, which provides education to local children with English as the language of instruction. This gives the children a huge advantage as all tertiary education in India is in English. While the school primarily serves children from underprivileged backgrounds, the education they receive is outstanding. In addition to their core studies, they are exposed to many activities. Although 70% of the children are first in their families to learn to read and write, the success of the educational program is evident by the fact that every student goes on to further education after graduation. Vidya Netram lends a helping hand so that students from local, rural communities can further their education.
I belong to a very poor family. My father is a farmer and he's a physically challenged person. My mother is a housewife. It was my ambitions to become a doctor and study to help the poor people. Due to family situation, I was able to continue my education. And I was struggling for that. And that time I saw an ad where Lord Amma gave ad around that education scholarship will be given to the poor students. Now I completed my MBBS, and with this courage and with his blessings and with the willpower, he told me that you continue higher postgraduate studies. And now I did my postgraduate MD General Medicine in government colleges. And now I am in government service. From Lord, I have learned a lot from Lord Amma, but how to serve at least whatever you can do. Studying with the divine will help you to attain your complete meaningful life. And that is the main lesson I have learned from him, from Lord Amma.
Amma's first healthcare service began with a mobile clinic where doctors travelled to villages consulting patients for free. The high demand for healthcare facilities led to establishing Sri Narayani Hospital and Research Centre in 2005. What started as a general 100-bed hospital has today expanded into a multi-specialty 500-bed hospital, offering specialised services for the rural population. To respond to the high demand for healthcare for low-income families, Amma continues to open healthcare centres in the surrounding areas. These programs began in the late 1990s with donations of basic equipment to differently abled children and adults. The Gift of Life program provides free heart surgeries for over 300 children each year in conjunction with hospitals in the states of Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. As there is a blood shortage in hospitals, blood donation camps are frequently organised throughout India. In 2006, Sri Narayani College of Nursing was established, an educational platform for women from low economic backgrounds to study nursing. Every graduate is employed, providing these young women and their families with a livelihood. Sri Narayani Paramedics College and Sri Shakti Amma Institute of Allied Health Science hold diploma courses to learn technical skills to work in hospitals. Amma continues to open healthcare centres and organise weekly outreach camps with general screening and consultations free of charge for the rural people. Amma's vision of affordable healthcare for people in need becomes more of a reality with each passing day. In 2008, Sri Shakti Amma Centre for Holistic Medicine began to provide Ayurvedic treatments. These treatments draw on thousands of years of Indian wisdom in treating health issues through natural therapies such as herbs and massage. Amma has a great love of nature and has been making concerted efforts to counteract global warming by establishing large-scale tree planting projects throughout the region. Every tree planted or donated in the area starts from seed, here at the Green Shakti Nursery. The Kailasha Hills were Amma's first large-scale tree planting project. Every year, 100,000 saplings are donated to local schools and other organisations. At the Zero Waste Management Program, waste from the Sri Narayani Peedam campus and SRIPURAM is collected and sorted by hand. Every piece of rubbish finds its place. Non-biodegradable items are separated and recycled. Biodegradable items are mixed with cow dung and cow urine, and under the heat of the sun, made into compost. Which is turned into vermicompost. 6 months later, the worm castings are filtered, making this into black gold. A fine compost to nourish plants, which is then packed and sold. Seeing a great need to create environmental awareness for the local children, Amma created the Green Shakti Club, educating school children about the importance of taking care of the environment.
Green Shakti, pick up, pick up, pick up. Green Shakti, clean India. Green Shakti, pick up, pick up, pick up. Clean India, clean India.
Marriages in the Hindu system can be a very expensive affair, especially for the bride's family. Amma provides traditional wedding ceremonies, bearing the entire cost, helping the married couple start in their new life. What began as a program to assist families of life-term prisoners has expanded into a program to support unskilled and illiterate women in distress, along with supporting their families, raising them out of extreme hardship and reintegrating them back into society through employment and training programs. This program empowers women from difficult circumstances with employment opportunities, improving their self-esteem and self-confidence. Most of these women are the sole breadwinners of their family. As there is a difficulty to access clean drinking water, every year this project funds approximately 30 bore wells for local schools and villages. Amma has donated generously to renovate and revive temples. Every summer, a Vedic camp is held at Peedam. Senior Vedic scholars teach the Vedas and puja practices. Amma generously donates to hill tribe communities, providing schools with books, benches and desks, and in the wintertime, blankets and clothing for children and the elderly. Amma takes a keen interest in providing solace to those living in poverty. The Dhanam programs include a pension scheme providing financial aid for the elderly and young mothers on a monthly basis.
அவங்கவுங்க பிள்ளைங்களாம் இருக்குது. எனக்கு பிள்ளை 2 பிள்ளை இருக்குது. அதெல்லாம் பொம்பளை பிள்ளைங்க இருக்குது. அவங்கவுங்க கல்யாணம் கட்டிக்கிட்டா என்ன செய்யுங்க, அவங்கவுங்க புருஷன் விட்டு போயிடுவாங்க. நாங்கள் ஆக்கி சாப்பிடுவோம்.
இது என்ன பண்ணுறீங்க? இந்த காசை வாங்கிட்டு போய்
காசு வாங்கிட்டு வந்தாங்க. காசு வாங்கிட்டு தான் அந்த தானே போய் ஆக்கி சாமான் வாங்கி சாப்பிட்றோம், இதெல்லாம் சாப்பிட்றோம்.
எங்கே சாமான் வாங்கி
நாங்கள் என்ன நினைக்கிறோம்னா, இது நீங்கள் எங்களுக்கு இந்த ஏழைகளுக்கு எங்களுக்கு தவமாக இருந்து நீங்கள் செய்கிறீங்க. நாங்கள் தவமாக இருக்கிறோம். நீங்கள்
In 1997, Amma made a prophecy that the world would witness a change, something magnificent, and that people from all over the world would come to meet Amma.
Sri Mahalakshmi, Jaya Jaya Sri Mahalakshmi.
10 years later, in 2007, at the age of 31, Amma inaugurated SRIPURAM, a spiritual oasis created for humankind, irrespective of religion.
Mangalakarini Mangalarubini Mangaladayini Mangalavasini
Shri means Goddess Lakshmi, and Puram means abode. SRIPURAM is the abode of Goddess Lakshmi, Goddess of wealth. Here, wealth does not refer only to material wealth, but prosperity in all walks of life, be it health, shelter, food, rainfall, good crops, and above all, the most precious quality, peace of mind. Entirely based on Vedic sacred architecture, every detail of the temple emanates a positive vibration. In order to help mankind back onto the spiritual path and to inspire people to realize there are so many ways in which they can use their talents and serve those less fortunate, Amma has created SRIPURAM. As a visitor walks among such beauty, it is an opportunity for them to connect to the soul. The visitor leaves with renewed inspiration for their spiritual path and inspired to contribute their talents to the world. Amma began Narayani Seva in the late 1990s, providing free meals to visitors. Each day at Annapurni Mandapam, about 20,000 South Indian meals are provided for no cost. In traditional South Indian style, each meal is served on a banana leaf, assuring nourishment for both the physical body and the soul. Narayani Seva's intention can be best understood in the expression Aditi Devo Bhava, to serve a guest like God.
அதிசயத்தை பார்த்த மாதிரி இருக்குது எங்கள் வாழ்க்கையில் ஒரு அதிசயம் இதெல்லாம் इथं जीवनामध्ये पहिल्यांदाच असा अनुभव आला की आपल्याला आनंद दुसरीकडे कुठेच मिळू शकत नाही जो इथे मिळाला.
आणि लक्ष्मी साक्षात लक्ष्मीचं रूप हे ह्या टेम्पलवर आहे. खरंच गोल्डन टेम्पल म्हटलं म्हणजे जीवनातलं खरं सुख इथं अनुभवायला मिळालं.
நேற்று வந்துட்டு போனதுக்கும் இன்னைக்கு வந்து நல்லா தெளிவாக இருக்கார். ஒரு மரணத்துக்கு போயிட்டவர் இப்போ கொஞ்சம் நல்லா இருக்கிறாரு. அதனால திருப்பி அம்மனை பார்த்துட்டு ஒரு நன்றி சொல்லிட்டு போகிறாங்க.
मी घरूनच निश्चय केला होता देवीचं दर्शन घेण्यासाठी आणि नाही बोलण्यामध्येच हृदय भरून झालं आणि मी अपुरा होतो असं मला माझ्या मनाला वाटलं. आणि इथं आल्यानंतर मला एवढा आनंद झाला की इथलं वातावरणासंगे एकरूप होऊन गेलो मी. माझ्या मनात जे काही आनंद उत्साह निर्माण झाला, प्रफुल्लता आली आणि पाहुण्यांना जे पाठ्यावातून आध्यात्मिकचे विचार आपल्या मनामध्ये ठसल्यानंतर आपण दुसऱ्याच्या उपयोगी पडायचे, भगवंतासाठी कसं एकरूप व्हायचं हे सगळं ज्ञान अण्णानं त्याच्यावर लिहून दिलेलं आहे आणि अण्णाच्या मागण्यांना देवीनं करून घेतलेलं आहे. हे मी त्रिवार अण्णाला नमन करून माझे दोन शब्द